The direct hit has gotten its fair share of videos and talk, especially given that this video was inspired by my favorite YouTuber's talk on the weapon. Although his points on the video solely talked about its viability in competitive sixes, but as we all know, that mode essentially doesn't exist anymore for the matchmaking part. Well, from this we can move on to understanding if this weapon is easy for a casual player or is it hard for a casual player. Now first we need to define what is a casual player. A casual player is a player who just chooses their favorite classes and probably has the majority of hours played on them. An example would be me. I mainly play Scout, Soldier, Sniper, and Demo Man. Because I enjoy those classes, I invest my time into learning some of the tips and tricks, but I don't necessarily have an interest in playing them competitively, at the moment, at least. Now, to be entirely clear, I wasn't always a casual TF2 player. I've played my fair share of UGC, Asia Fortress, and some tournaments. But as I moved away from playing video games competitively, I've been using the direct hit for a while and I've gotten some pretty okay kills with it. But as I used this gun more, I began to wonder, am I actually good at this gun? Is this gun relatively easy to use? Is this gun hard to use? I couldn't exactly pin where the gun sat in the difficulty and the usability spectrum, which leads me to why this gun was released in the first place. This gun was released as a side grade to the Soldier. Based on its stats, especially the fact that it mini crits on airborne targets and it has a small explosion radius, it's evident that this gun was released for players to practice air shots. Understanding the gun's sole existence leads us to its strengths and weaknesses. Its strengths are its insanely high damage output, it mini crits airborne enemies, and has a faster projectile speed. However, its weaknesses are, it has a smaller splash radius, making it quote-unquote harder to hit your shots. Imagine this. You're a new player. You're still understanding the movement of Team Fortress 2. Then, you get an achievement drop. You get your very own direct hit. You equip this and you start one-shotting light classes. Maybe you realize, oh shit, this gun's easy. Then you start missing your shots when you try to hit them in the body. You think, okay, if this gun mini crits airborne enemies, maybe if I prop them up into the air, I could one-shot them. Well, that is the theoretical concept of this gun's use. Given this, let's take the stats of this gun into account for our points. Now, the smaller splash radius doesn't entirely feel like a nerf. I've played TF2 for over a couple thousand hours, so of course it'd be easier for me to use this weapon, but that doesn't mean the gun is easy to use because you still have a lot of factors such as player movement, inertia, movement speed, and strafes that, well, let's be honest, if you've played the game more, it becomes second nature to calculate these things in your head. But if you add the fact that they could be airborne or not, vastly changes the difficulty of this gun's use. Especially if the player you're fighting doesn't understand that you could one-shot them, they'll just run at you, and you don't really expect that. So if a player decides to read the weapon stats one time, the player will pretty much understand that this weapon moves fast, but its explosion radius is so small, you kinda get an upside to a downside. Let me explain. This is basically arguing that you quote-unquote have an advantage because you have a fast-moving missile that could one-shot you. But at the same time, it's a fast-moving missile that could one-shot you if you get hit by it. So there's a lot of ifs and whens and hows and possibilities that, that this gun has questions for. You know what I mean? You have questions for it. But anyway, air shots in Team Fortress 2 are the pinnacle of highlight reel. Let's be real here, we love our air shots. So this gun, in theory, it would take the cake for most air shots performed, right? In theory, yes, but in reality, no. If you search up TF2 air shots in YouTube, you will most likely get greatest air shots in TF2 history, X-Time videos, or Nisselt videos, but not much of direct hit air shot videos. But that doesn't mean the direct hit is obscure. Not at all. Just because this weapon is for air shots and it rewards you for doing so, doesn't mean air shots always need to happen or always happen. Rocket jumping and movement may be the biggest unique gameplay traits that the Source engine houses, or at least TF2 for this matter, although rocket jumping isn't as common as you think. If you join a casual match, you won't find every soldier rocket jumping. You won't even find that every one of them would know how to airstrike. However, the gun itself in a vacuum could create airborne opportunities for you. Based on my experiments, the small explosion radius and increase in damage allows the players to easily and effortlessly propel enemies high enough into the air so that it would be exponentially easier to one-shot them. Comparing this to the stock rocket launcher knocks them up, yes, but it's not high up, and you're not guaranteed to one-shot them on the second shot, especially given an overheal. Even Ubers are easily wiped out by direct hits. In fact, I'd argue it's easier to stop Ubers with the direct hit because the damage in the blast radius knocks them up further, so you could easily juggle them. With that being said, the projectile speed is also being taken for the difficulty. Mainly because this weapon feels like a hit scan gun. I mean, as I use this gun more, I realized I didn't really need to lead my shots as much as I do with the default rocket launcher. So for me, someone who loves hit scan guns, this weapon is significantly easier. That's not the point, however. Let's say you're someone who only plays projectile classes, you would, in theory, be even better than me, a casual player who likes hit scan weapons. Because I have to calculate the lead in my head, even just by a little bit. So it wouldn't be muscle memory, it would just be calculations. Compared to someone who would just immediately know what to use or what to do with the weapon, it would be a lot easier for them. Hit scan or not, it really just depends on how you like to use the gun. So what's the point of this video? I provided points for both sides and evidence to argue for both sides. Well, if I were to wrap this up, I'd honestly put it into a metaphor. The direct hit is basically if Sniper was a rocket launcher. You really need to hit your shots to do anything, but it rewards the players who understand how to use it and to do so. In my honest opinion, and I want to give an answer to this video, the direct hit, I think that the gun is hard to use because you have to really understand the usage of the gun, and just because it does more damage doesn't mean it's better than other guns. The gun is like picking up Sniper to get good at Scout. You improve your aim. What I mean by this is that if you practice hitting air shots with a gun that's for hitting air shots, it becomes significantly easier when you're understanding how to air shot with the stock rocket launcher. Because you get the basics, you understand the basics on how to air shot someone, and the speed is just like it's just a slight compensation thing. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I understand. I'm sorry I haven't really been uploading. I tried to make this video a lot more casual, but it's still a serious video because I really like the direction. But anyway, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. I know I upload every couple of days, almost a week plus. But I've been very busy with uni. However, the schedule kind of cleared up, so you should expect more videos coming out soon. And yeah, thanks.
What
And
the
have a good one,
hell?
guys. See ya. Also, thanks for 325 subscribers. Goddamn. It feels weird. I just started this, I don't know, a while back. Also, Q&A maybe at 1,000 or 500. I like to do a Q&A. Maybe if I get enough questions to do, so I'll do one. But anyway, it's been Lux. It's been your boy. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.